Hey y'all, this is Robert. For those of you who follow me for bookish content, this is going to be a very slight, very brief departure from bookish content. So if you're not interested at all in that, I'll see you in the next video, probably in a couple hours. I'm going to do a short book haul later today. But there's been a controversy brewing since the Women's World Cup soccer or football tournament, depending on where you are in the world, is taking place, and the American women's national team is in the midst of an arbitration process to get equal pay with the men's national team. And they've agreed to go to arbitration after the World Cup ends. For those of you who aren't following, the Americans play England in the semifinals today. The men are currently playing in the Gold Cup, which is a regional competition, and they're playing in the semifinals, I think it may be tomorrow or the next day, I forget, against Jamaica. But for years, the men's team players have been paid more than the women's team. And there's been a movement recently to try to address that disparity. And somebody has to say it. Don't tar and feather me yet, hear me out. I don't think the men's team and the women's team should be paid the same. Let me explain why. Like any other sporting competition, professional soccer is in the entertainment business. And in the entertainment business, capitalism reigns, and the best performers get the best paychecks. The people who fill up the arenas, and so on. And if you look at the performances of the two teams, the women's team outperforms the men's team by a factor of at least 5. Let's face it, the United States men's national team is pretty dire. We barely got through the last round in the Gold Cup, one of the weakest regions in all of FIFA. We beat Curacao 1-0, barely. We got outplayed. We just got lucky and scored. The women have won the World Cup several times. They're favored to win it again this year. They may not, but they're at least in the Final Four of the World Cup again. The women's team is better prepared. They play together better. They're more entertaining. They're faster. They fill up stadiums. The women's team is a better team. If you look at it based on performance, they should be paid 5 times as much as the men's national team. So let's be real about this. This is just plain sexism. I know some of you thought I was going to go the other way and be a sexist pig about this. I'm not. I love the women's team. They're fantastic. I wish them all the best today. And if they make the finals, I wish them all the best in the finals. And I hope they bring home another World Cup for the United States women's national team. And I hope they win their case in arbitration, although I think they're shooting too low. I think they deserve to be paid way more than the men's team. The men's team, for Christ's sake, didn't even make the World Cup last time. They lost to Trinidad and Tobago. They have very little leg to stand on in a case against the women's team in terms of equal pay. So there you have it. Somebody had to say it. Pay them more. I'll be back in a couple of hours. I have to film a small book haul of new releases, and I'll see you then. Bye, everybody, and go women's team.